Hello friends, back with me again, Joseph, your host, and welcome back to our channel. Have you ever felt like you've made too many mistakes? Like you've wandered too far off the right path and there's no way back? Today, we're going to talk about a saint who proves that it's never ever too late to change. His name is Saint Andrew Corsini, a man who went from being a troublemaking, wealthy youth to a beloved bishop and peacemaker known as the Apostle of Florence. His story is a powerful reminder that God's grace can transform any life. Andrew Corsini was born in Florence, Italy, way back in 1302. His family was rich, powerful, and respected. They had big dreams for their son, hoping he would lead a comfortable, important life. But young Andrew had other plans. He was a classic rebel. He loved spending money, partying with his friends, and generally living a wild, self-centered life. He was known for his quick temper and often got into trouble, causing his family a great deal of worry and sadness. His mother, however, never gave up on him. She prayed for him constantly, holding on to a deep faith that God had a special purpose for her son. She would often tell him that he was destined for something greater than the fleeting pleasures he was chasing. For a long time, Andrew didn't listen. He was too caught up in his own world, too focused on having fun. But a mother's prayers are powerful, and the seeds of faith she planted were just waiting for the right moment to grow. That moment came after one particularly bad incident. We don't know the exact details, but we know it left his family heartbroken. Finally, the weight of his actions hit him. Andrew looked at the life he was living and the pain he was causing, and he felt a profound sense of regret. He realized he needed to change, and he turned to the one place he knew he could find help. He began to pray. This was the turning point. It was the moment Andrew Corsini stopped running from God and started running towards him, in a move that must have shocked everyone who knew him. Andrew decided to join the Carmelite Order. The Carmelites were a religious group known for their simple, quiet life of prayer and service to others. It was the complete opposite of everything he had known. He traded his expensive clothes for a simple friar's robe and left his wild friends behind for a life of humility and discipline within the monastery walls. His early life is a testament to a beautiful truth. No matter how many wrong turns we take, God is always waiting with open arms, ready to welcome us back the second we decide to turn around. Life as a Carmelite friar was a radical change for Andrew. He dedicated himself completely to his new path. He spent hours in prayer each day, fasted regularly, and devoted himself to studying the scriptures. He poured the same energy he once used for troublemaking into his pursuit of holiness. He especially developed a heart for the poor, spending his time caring for the very people his former lifestyle had ignored. Andrew wanted to live a quiet, hidden life. He wasn't seeking attention or recognition, but his genuine holiness couldn't stay hidden for long. People began to notice his wisdom, his kindness, and the peace that surrounded him. Soon, people from all over were coming to him for advice and spiritual guidance. His superiors in the Carmelite Order also recognized his unique gifts for leadership and mediation. He was given more and more responsibilities. He was sent to different Carmelite communities to help resolve conflicts and restore harmony among the friars. This wasn't something he wanted. Andrew genuinely preferred to be forgotten in a quiet corner of the monastery. But he accepted these tasks out of obedience, trusting that this was part of God's plan for him. This time, spent as a humble friar and a reluctant leader, was crucial. It was a training ground, preparing him for the even greater work God had in store. It was learning to listen to God's voice and to serve others with patience and a gentle heart. Then, in the year 1349, the city of Fiesole needed a new bishop. The people and the clergy all pointed to one man, Andrew Corsini. When he heard the news, Andrew's first reaction was to run. He literally fled and went into hiding, felt completely unworthy of such an honor. He still saw himself as the rebellious youth, the sinner who didn't deserve to lead God's people, but the call was persistent. After much prayer and encouragement from his community, he finally accepted, seeing it not as a promotion, but as another act of obedience to God's will. As Bishop of Fiesole, Andrew Corsini was unlike any other leader of his time. He continued to live the simple, austere life of a Carmelite friar. He didn't build a palace or surround himself with luxury. Instead, he sold many of the church's valuable assets and gave the money directly to the poor. He was a true shepherd to his flock. He would personally visit the sick, comfort prisoners in their cells, and spend his days walking among the people, offering help wherever it was needed. But his most famous work was as a peacemaker. The Italy of the 1300s was a place of constant conflict. Powerful families were engaged in bitter feuds, and cities were often at war with one another. Florence was a hotbed of this kind of strife. Andrew, with his gentle spirit and moral authority, stepped right into the middle of these dangerous conflicts. He didn't use power or force. He used prayer, patience, and persuasion. He met with feuding families, urging them to find forgiveness and reconciliation. Miraculously, he was often successful. He became known throughout the region as a man of peace. Rich and poor alike respected him, not for his title, but for his genuine love and his ability to bring calm to a chaotic world. Andrew's entire life as a bishop was a lesson in service. He wasn't interested in fame or comfort. His only goal was to serve God by serving the people God had entrusted to him. His incredible example inspired countless others to choose forgiveness over revenge and peace over anger. He showed an entire generation that true strength is found not in fighting, but in humility and love. St. Andrew Corsini passed away on January 6, 1373, the feast of the Epiphany. It is said that he predicted his own death while celebrating Mass, almost immediately. After he was laid to rest in the Carmelite Church in Florence, miracles began to be reported at his tomb. People flocked to his grave to pray, and many experienced healings and other divine favors. His reputation for holiness, which was already widespread during his life, only grew after his death. The Church officially recognized his sanctity when Pope Urban VIII canonized him as a saint in 1629. Today, St. Andrew Corsini is honored as the patron saint of peacemakers and of the city of Fiesole. People who are dealing with arguments, family disputes, or any kind of conflict often turn to him in prayer, asking for his intercession to help bring about peace and understanding. His tomb in Florence remains a place of pilgrimage, a quiet spot where people can connect with the memory of this incredible saint. So what can we take away from the life of St. Andrew Corsini? His story is, above all, a powerful message of hope. It tells us that our past does not have to define our future. Andrew started out on a path of selfishness and sin, but he didn't end there. He listened to that small, persistent voice calling him to something more, and he had the courage to change course completely. For anyone who feels stuck in their mistakes or thinks they're too far gone, St. Andrew's life is a bright beacon, showing that a new beginning is always possible with God. He also teaches us about the transformative power of peace. In a world that so often shouts, argues, and fights for power, Andrew chose a different way. Bishop, he could have been a commanding, authoritarian figure. Instead, he led with gentleness. He worked quietly and patiently to mend broken relationships and heal the wounds of division. His life is an invitation for each of us to be peacemakers in our own small corners of the world, in our families, among our friends, and in our communities. Finally, St. Andrew shows us that the path to a meaningful life, a holy life, is surprisingly simple. It isn't found in wealth, fame, or power. It's found in the daily choices we make. The choice to pray, the choice to be kind to someone who is struggling, and the choice to serve others without expecting anything in return. When we build our lives on these simple foundations, we, like St. Andrew Corsini, can become a light of hope and peace for the world around us. Thank you for joining me to learn about the incredible life of St. Andrew Corsini. If his story of transformation and peace resonated with you, please consider liking and sharing this video and subscribing to our channel for more stories of the saints. Let us know in the comments how St. Andrew's life inspires you. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and God bless you always.